Thank you, MC. First of all, I would like to thank to Rosatom to co-hosting the sessions about nuclear in the plenary sessions. It will be very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, in our center, ASEAN Center for Energy, we have what we call as the ASEAN Plan of Actions for Energy Cooperations. This is kind of like our Bible, our blueprint, where all the energy cooperations among the ASEAN member states was drawn there. In this blueprint, we cover almost all the field of the energy. Starting from the ASEAN power grid, and of course, one of them is about nuclear. What we talk about in the documents, it's about the nuclear energy literacy to public, regional cooperation for nuclear power generations, or building human capital for nuclear legal and regulatory framework. This is kind of issue maybe that need to be settled when you want to have the nuclear. And of course, the capacity development for nuclear science and technology. And the last one, we also talk about the kind of like arrangements of the nuclear as well, from which country, and we also do the projections for the power itself. Even though we haven't got the nuclear yet in our regions, we believe that the ASEAN policymakers look forward to the urgency of building the capacity and knowledge about the nuclear energy. Update and trends on technology and policy and exchanging experiences so they are better prepared once they decide want to build this nuclear power plant in the futures. It's near futures. Why is near futures? Our data shown in the ASEAN Energy Outlook 8, it's clearly stated that in the 2050, the ASEAN regions, we need around 2.6 times the energy compared to 2022 level. So what does it mean? That it means that we need more energy supply to fuel the economic growth in these regions. We just do also the approval for our ASEAN Plan of Actions for Energy Cooperation for the next 5 years. And we would like to be very happy to say to you that nuclear also will be one of the program area, still same like the previous one, where the area will covering promoting role of the nuclear energy to enhance energy security and also accelerate to the low carbon energy futures. The second one is about the effective communications strategy and also the public engagements, and the last one about how we strengthen the regional and international collaborations to facilitate the development and deployment of the nuclear energy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I would like to the last topic that maybe just want to share with you, all of you. Maybe some of you are not aware. In the ASEAN regions, we have one platform for the nuclear energy cooperations. We call it the Nuclear Energy Cooperation Subsector Network. And the ASEAN-TOM, or ASEAN Network of Regulatory Bodies of Atomic Energy. We have it in the regions, where all the focus and the activities are to serve the member states' interests and needs in nuclear energy. So the platform is here, it's ready. So of course, activities among the region will be very helpful for support this when country wants to have the nuclear. Which country wants to have nuclear first? We don't know yet, but according to our scenario, especially the scenario that developed by the countries, at least 2 countries put nuclear in their plan. Country like Indonesia and also Philippines are there. But also when we want to develop the scenario in the carbon neutrality scenario, we also put nuclear as one of technology to reach the energy supply in our regions. I believe today's sessions may become a fit forum of our future cooperation in the energy transition agenda. So the guys here will be the expert to talk about the nuclear. So we'll be very happy after the sessions. We also can collaborate and talk each other and expand our network. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Andrey. I would like to welcome Andrey Nikipelov, Deputy General Director for Mechanical Engineering and Industrial Solutions from Rosatom State Atomic Energy Corporation, to give his welcome speech and presentation for approaches to the development of NPP projects and socio-economic effects for the countries.
Dear colleagues, good afternoon. My name is Andrey Nikipelov. I'm Deputy Director General of State Atomic Energy Corporation, Rosatom. And I'm very happy to see so many faces and so many people who are interested in nuclear energy. And it is a great honor for me to be here and to speak on behalf of Russian nuclear industry, which is celebrating 80th anniversary this year. I'd like to give short introduction of the key nuclear energy solutions that we propose today to our international partner. How it works? Yes. First of all, let me say just a few words about Rosatom. For decades, Rosatom stays the global leader in the nuclear sphere. We are the only company in the world covering the whole nuclear fuel cycle, from uranium mining through nuclear power plants construction and operation to NPP decommissioning and waste management. Our integrated offer also includes education and training, infrastructure development, programs for public awareness, etc. As we develop our technologies for already 80 years, we have a big experience in cooperation with other countries. This experience enables us to propose all kinds of nuclear solutions for different conditions and different territories. How it works, once again? Yeah, green one. Green one, yes, yes. Okay. Today, Rosatom is one of the world leader in nuclear technologies and related sectors. For many years, we keep leading position in all major areas of the nuclear fuel cycle. If we speak about front end, Rosatom is among top 3 leaders in uranium enrichment, uranium reserves, as well as nuclear fuel production. What is even more impressive, we have almost 90% share of nuclear power plants construction export projects. Rosatom is the only company in the world implementing serial NPP construction overseas. Just imagine, in the last 18 years, 18 nuclear power units were connected to the grid by Rosatom. Half of them were built in Russia and half of them were built abroad. We are building nuclear power plants all over the world now, including China, India, Bangladesh, Hungary, Turkey, and Egypt, and others. This means that our partners in different countries trust our technologies and our expertise. Our energy solutions have a wide range of capacity, from large nuclear power plants to small modular reactor. Rosatom flagship solution is large nuclear power plant with 1,200 megawatt reactor. It is a tested and referenced Generation 3+ technology which meets all post-Fukushima safety requirements. We also have SMRs, which are more flexible compared to classic large-scale NPPs. Our SMR solutions are based on RITM 200 reactors. This is a referenced nuclear reactor technology which is already in operation. In Russia, we use these reactors for the nuclear icebreaker fleets for a long time. Taking into account this experience, we have developed 2 different SMR solutions for energy generation: land-based and floating. Land-based SMRs have the same advantages as traditional large power plants. At the same time, they are more compact, so it is easier to choose the location, and total capital cost and construction time are reduced. We also create a unique solution, which is floating nuclear power units. The project delivery model is based on sales of electricity. Such solution may ensure stable and green electricity supply to remote and isolated coastal area or islands. This technology is really unique, as no other company in the world except Rosatom can propose the floating nuclear generation plant today. And nuclear in a green and reliable baseload energy source. More and more countries now make a decision to add it into energy mix to ensure efficiency and sustainability of energy system. For newcomer countries, development of nuclear industry also provides a powerful boost to national economic growth, bringing input into GDP and local industry development. And we also consider nuclear projects as an important driver to higher tech education, research and development, and capacity building. Last but not least, nuclear power is an important part of green energy mix, with minimal CO2 emissions during the whole life cycle. In terms of economic development, every dollar invested in the nuclear energy project generates a multiplied return. It includes revenues of local companies and national budget, and also new jobs during construction, of course, for land-based and operation. We can say the nuclear energy doesn't just bring light to houses, it gives green light to the country's economic boost and social development. The ASEAN region is one of the most quickly developing today, and we see that the interest to nuclear energy technologies in your countries is growing every year. We in Rosatom are already developing dialogue with most ASEAN countries. With some countries, we have signed an intergovernmental agreements on nuclear energy, which create a good basis for further bilateral cooperation. We understand that each region and each country have its own specific features. We can provide customized solutions to meet the requirements of different kinds of territories and help you fulfill your energy generation goals. I am confident that Rosatom Energy Solutions can become an effective choice for ASEAN countries. We will be honored to be the partner of choice for you in your nuclear journey. And later, on a specific seminar, my colleagues will share the details of the nuclear energy solutions that I have just briefly presented. And my colleagues from our offices in ASEAN region are always at your disposal. Let's stay in touch and let's work together, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Andrey Nikipelov. It now gives me great pleasure to welcome our moderator, Ruli Hidayatullah, Senior Officer, Power Generation and Interconnection Department, ASEAN Center for Energy, to the stage. Ruli will be moderating our next panel discussion. Over to you.
Thank you, MC, for the kind introductions, and thank you also, Dr. Andi and Mr. Andrey, for the opening remarks. We get some insight on how ASEAN and the outlook of nuclear, and then also the solutions that Rosatom can be provided and do on the collaborations with ASEAN member states. So yeah, first of all, I would like to thank to the organizer to bring up the nuclear to this important event. So today, as previously mentioned by our during the opening remarks, nuclear is being explored everywhere. So today we're going to discuss on how is the progress, the planning, and then also the challenge and the way forward on nuclear in ASEAN and also in other regions. So today there are lines of speakers that we have here. We have speakers from the ASEAN member states. We have So join with us from Malaysia, Mr. Asdiram Abdul Rasib, as the CEO of My Power Malaysia. Let's go inside. Come on stage. And then also join with us from Indonesia, Dr. Didik Fauzi Dahlan, is Executive Vice President from PT PLN. And also join us in person, Mr. King Lee, Head of Policy from World Nuclear Association. And I think join us online from South Africa, Elsie Mamo Latelo Pule. Can we check whether she can hear us clear? Hi, Elsie. Thank you for joining us. It's very early in South Africa. Thank you for making this effort. So can you say whether we can hear, whether you can say something?
Good morning.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. You can. Thank you, LLC. And then also we have Mr. Mehmet Ali Kizil Kaya. He's the manager of Tunas from Turkey. Good morning, and thank you for making effort. Can you say something?
Good morning. It's very nice to be with you online.
Okay, all seems doing well now. Thank you. So yeah, to begin with, I think to begin the discussions, let's hear some story and also some planning on nuclear from our regions. Perhaps I think I will go to Malaysia first. I want to ask Mr. Asdiram on how Malaysia envisions the role of nuclear energy in terms of energy transitions and also the economic outlook in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Ruli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning or afternoon. First and foremost, thank you for Dr. Andy and AEBF for giving this opportunity for Petra and My Power actually to elaborate on the status and updates on the Malaysia endeavors towards the nuclear power plant. I think nuclear technologies and application is not new in Malaysia. We already started years back in 1971 during the late Premier to Dr. Ismail. I think we started that. During that time, he mooted the idea of the nuclear power plants, but it doesn't work out. And second attempts eventually under the Prime Minister Najib. So almost there to the stage one. Nevertheless, the government, change of government, so we stopped for another 10 years. And currently, it's gaining the momentum, I think due to two reasons. One, because our commitment to the Conference of Parties, COP, actually to achieve the net zero GHG emissions. I think Malaysia set a very clear ambition targets under the National Energy Plan, as well as the National Energy Transition Roadmap (NETR), which I think we set a target 70% of energy mix will come from the renewable energy. That's one. Secondly, will be on the energy security. I think we cannot be too dependent on renewable energy because in Malaysia, most of our REs come from the solar. It's very unpredictable, intermittent in elements. So we need something that actually can cover for a stable and affordable as well as the long term. That will be the why the Malaysia actually have some interest actually to go for the nuclear power plant.
Okay, thank you for a kind response on Malaysian Malaysian plan on nuclear and also interest on nuclear. So before moving forward, I think I'll go to our colleague from Indonesia, from PLN. For Dr. Didik, we explore that Indonesia also have interest, especially in 2.2 times 250 megawatt on SMR. So could you elaborate or show your perspective how this SMR positions with PLN generation portfolio and whether this kind of plan is also fit with the current infrastructures of Indonesian grid?
Okay, thank you, Moderator. It's an honor to be here as a representative of PLN. Just like my colleagues from Malaysia said, that the nuclear power plant is already started, no, not started, is studied, yeah, in Indonesia maybe around early 70s. But in formal document right now, we have our RUPTL, we call it, Rencana Umum Penyediaan Tenaga Listrik, or 10 years planning of PLN. For 10 years planning, we want to build around 69.5 gigawatt of generation, and 500 megawatt comes from nuclear power plant. It is in our 10 years planning and will be operate in 2032, the first time, 250 megawatt. So why this is important, and the technology for the 250 megawatt is SMR. Actually, we have already also have a plan with our electricity roadmap, maybe for longer period, that in 2040 around 7 gigawatt, and until 2060 around 35 gigawatt for nuclear power plant. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm gonna go with the follow-up questions regarding the organizations or stakeholder engagement or stakeholder involvement within national planning. So I think I will go with the PLN first. I heard about the nuclear colony in PLN. So perhaps could you elaborate more on what is the nuclear colony, and then what are the activity, and what are the milestones that probably you will go within the short time framework?
Okay, before we move to the technology, just or the equipment like SMR or large nuclear power plant, PLN have a program that improve the competence and also the capability of enthusiasts in PLN, of course. Yeah. And because we know that nuclear is a multidisciplinary approach, we need nuclear engineer, we need chemical engineer, we need electrical, we need also communication, of course, and also human resource and etc. So we make a colony, but the colony itself is not only for the nuclear. Actually, we have also have a colony for such as hydrogen, battery energy storage, and etc. So this is our plan. We must improve our competence and also improve our capabilities of this nuclear power plant. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your insight on how the PLN also try to enhance their internal capability on nuclear energy, not only on nuclear energy but in energy in general. So I think I will move to our friends from My Power. As an APO, could you share any updates on progress under My Power nuclear program, particularly on the feasibility study and also further priority on your organizations?
Thank you. Yes, I think there are several activities have been done from the Malaysia parts. Once actually the government of Malaysia has appointed Petra and My Power eventually, mandated My Power as the NEPIO for Malaysia. So I think it was late 2024. This year, I think after our appointments, we done some pre-facility study. We revisit the previous INR reports, as well analyze on the gaps. Actually, what if you want to go forwards? What will be the gap that we need to address? So the report has been presented to the cabinet, to the governments, and the government has made a decision actually for us to explore the possibility seriously actually on the way that whether we should embark on the development of a nuclear power plant. So now currently we already we are doing 4 studies looking into on the legal frameworks and the regulatory parts of it, on the human capital development, on the sightings, as well as on the communications. I think we need to address the 4 items and assess our readiness actually to embark for the next step, to ask the IAEA actually to evaluate us and assess us on our readiness. And then I think during that time, the government will make the final decisions whether we should be going for nuclear. We yet to decide which type of technology that we are going, either is large scale or SMR or other types of technologies. But the study actually will assist the government to make an informed decisions. What will be the right way forward, including on the financial part.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Asdarim, for quite comprehensive updates on My Power priority current. So as a last questions to our friends from Indonesia and Malaysia, so looking ahead for 5 years ahead, how do you see the nuclear planning in your country? Maybe you can start with Indonesia first.
Okay, thank you. As I said before, we have electricity roadmap for the longer time, and we have a 10 years planning for PLN. In 5 years time, maybe we just want to focus to execute this project, yeah? Because when we build an SMR, maybe it's not enough 5 years, yeah? maybe. Because for in Indonesia, we already there is a 19 requirement from the IAEA to build a nuclear power plant. We already have 16, and last year we have a self-assessment that the 19 requirement from IAEA is already complete by Indonesian government. So for 5 years time, we must build first this 2 times 250 megawatt of the nuclear power plant. This is the floating SMR or maybe large power plant is the latter. And then for the next agenda, we want to include this 7 gigawatt of planning to the next UBTL or next 10 years planning, and then also this 35 gigawatt for the next until 2060. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Perhaps for Asdarim, how do you see the nuclear in Malaysia within 5 years ahead?
5 years ahead, that's one. I think from our part, from Malaysia, I think we're not starting from zero. We have done a very comprehensive evaluation 10 years ago. We're working on it, revisiting it and looking at it. Secondly, I think the government under the Prime Minister Anwar already made an announcement under the Malaysia Development Plan that we will embark on the nuclear power plant. So we already received some budget. So inshallah, I think we will work on that. And then thirdly, we already established a task force that comprises cross ministries and agencies. led by the Petra, as well as the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovations, which is actually the regulatory part of the atom. Fourth, I think our target actually to have the INR assessment to be done by the 2027. That will be our humble targets. It is important for us actually to comply with all the IEA rules and regulations, all the international treaties before we embark on this journey. I think this also gives some confidence to the people. It's a good communication plan, to let the people understand that they are comfortable that when talking about nuclear, I think in Malaysia they have some reservation on it. So by fulfilling all and compliance with all international rules and regulations and having a comprehensive laws within Malaysia, domestic laws, that also actually can create some confidence that they will support our initiative actually to include nuclear as one of the energy mix for the next 5 years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, agree with that. I think from both of panelists, we can see that even though the ambition was there, but it also take with the very careful considerations, right? Especially on the public and then also the regulations and so on. So from ASEAN member states, we also have video recorded from Department of Philippines. Director Patrick Aquino will deliver his video recorded presentations. So to operator, please play on the video.
From the Department of Energy, I would like to present the following updates from the Nuclear Energy Program Interagency Committee, NEPIAC. The outline of my presentation includes the following: policy direction, the Philippine Nuclear Energy Program, NEP, and the way forward. To have a whole-of-government approach for nuclear energy development, the NEPIAC was created through Executive Order No. 116 in 2020. At present, the NEPIAC is composed of 24 government agencies with the DOE as chair and the Department of Science and Technology as vice chair. The Philippine Energy Plan 2023-2050 covers the planning period, has the following outlook scenarios. Reference scenario, which assumes renewable energy share of 35% in the power generation mix by 2030 and at least 50% share from 2040 to 2050. The high renewable energy with low offshore wind plus nuclear, coal, repurposing, or the Clean Energy Scenario 1, CES1, targets at least 50 renewable energy share by 2040 and more than 50% share by 2050. Under CES1, it incorporates capacities from nuclear of 1,200 megawatts by 2032, which is 8 by 150 megawatt small modular reactors, an additional 1,200 megawatts by 2035, and another 2,400 megawatts by 2050. Furthermore, it also considers 19 gigawatts of additional capacity from offshore wind and the repurposing of coal facilities. Under the Clean Energy Scenario 2, or CES2, which is high renewable energy with high offshore wind, nuclear, coal repurposing scenario, it aims to surpass the 50% share of renewable energy between 2040 and 2050. Again, capacities for nuclear still remains at 1,200 megawatts by 2032, 1,200 megawatts by 2035, and another 2,400 megawatts by 2050. The only additional in this scenario is the expansion to 50 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity, as well as the strategic initiatives for repurposing coal facilities. Despite the challenges we have faced, the plans laid out by the DOE are poised to ensure a strongly rooted, comfortable, and secured life for all Filipinos. Envisioning our future, the energy sector's roadmap is comprised of several crucial elements: implementing energy efficiency and conservation measures, increasing the penetration of renewable energy resources, advancing alternative fuels and emerging energy technologies, adopting ICT through advanced smart grid technologies, and fortifying our energy infrastructure to be resilient and climate-proof. Furthermore, we underscore our commitment to global energy transition. This involves accelerating offshore wind development, empowering the Filipino workforce through the right skilling initiatives and international accreditation programs, and the championing of mining and manufacturing of green materials. It would be amiss if we would not discuss the country's lone nuclear power plant, the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant or BNPP, located in Morong. Also known as the Philippine Nuclear Power Plant 1, as its official name, it's situated at Napoy Point, Morong, Bataan. It is a 620 megawatt pressurized water reactor supplied by Westinghouse Company. Its construction began after contract signing in February 1976 and was targeted for completion within 7 years or by 1983. However, some social developments caused its delay. In 1986, the People Power Revolution and the Chernobyl accident led to the decision to mothball the BNPP. After mothballing, the National Power Corporation was designated caretaker and it was put into preservation mode. Now, we provide the timeline for the nuclear energy development in the country, indicating significant events. This spans the developments from 1963, the recommendation to build a nuclear power plant, to the construction of PNPP-1, its mothballing, the power crisis in the early 1990s, the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA mission, and the PNPP feasibility study conducted by the Korea Electric Power Corporation KEPCO until 2016, when the new nuclear program implementing organization was created. The DOE Nuclear Energy Program Implementing Organization, or NEPIO, was created on October 2016 by virtue of Department Order DO 2016-10-0013, with the main mandate to lead the unified and coordinated efforts and activities relative to the conduct of various studies and research on nuclear energy development in the country. The DOE NEPIO adopted the milestone approach in the development of the national infrastructure for nuclear power of the IAEA. The IAEA's milestones approach assists countries that are considering or planning their first nuclear power plant and to help member states understand the commitments and obligations associated in developing a nuclear power program. Likewise, it provides countries with nuclear power plants an opportunity to assess their preparedness for its expansion.
Okay, yeah. So we heard and get some valuable insight on how the ASEAN progressing and their effort on nuclear deployment towards probably 2030, 2050. So here also we have fellows embarking countries from South Africa and also from Turkey. I think I will go to BRICS first. Elsie, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So to go with you, can you just give us some brief explanations on what is BRICS nuclear platform, its activity, and what are the outcomes and also the progress of your organization?
Thank you so much, and thank you, and dear delegates. Allow me to observe all protocol. I am honored to be here on behalf of the BRICS nuclear platform, and I would also like to convey my special appreciation for allowing us to attend this important session on nuclear power and its role in the Asian's energy transition. Focus on nuclear technology has been gaining support, and today we have an opportunity to discuss their development at the sidelines of the Asian Energy Business Forum. Before I introduce the BRICS nuclear platform and speaking on the opportunities for strategic partnerships with the Asian countries, let me express my gratitude for the participation of the Center of Energy ASEAN, represented by Executive Director Mr. Razet Dawood, at the annual conference of the BRICS nuclear platform held on September 26, 2025, at the sidelines of the World Atomic Week in Moscow. This event marked the importance of the cooperation within BRICS countries on the development and promotion of nuclear technologies as a key element of sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, the BRICS nuclear platform was formed in October of 2024. It unites leading nuclear companies and entities from BRICS and BRICS partner countries in order to leverage on the best expertise, technological and production capacities, and human resource development practices. At the inauguration meeting in Moscow, delegates from Brazil, Russia, China, Iran, South Africa, Ethiopia, and Bolivia had confirmed the support for the platform, and in January 2025, Egypt joined the statement. BRICS leadership is nuclear is showcased by the fact that a third of the world's nuclear fleet and 75% of nuclear power plants under construction are built based on technologies provided by BRICS members. The platform's philosophy consists in equal, non-discriminatory approach to both vendors and consumers, and its mission would be to assist in the implementation of nuclear energy in the BRICS and BRICS partner states. The platform agenda covers most of the topics that impact sustainable development of nuclear industry, like human resources development, financing, sustainable supply chain, innovative technology transfer, transparency and openness, public acceptance, and so on. As a platform, we conduct research and expert session panels on critical nuclear energy development topics. This enables us to maintain a strategic overview and obtain up-to-date information, including regional analysis with possible participation of the Asian countries. The growing attention to nuclear technology worldwide reflects a shared understanding that they can provide a reliable pathway to achieving net zero emissions whilst enhancing energy security and sovereignty. As Asian countries seek to meet rising energy demand and fulfill their decarbonization commitments, nuclear energy stands out as a dependable, low-carbon baseline source that complements renewable generation. Asian and BRICS countries share similar challenges: the need to balance growing energy demand with decarbonization goals, the necessity to attract and prepare skilled professionals, and the importance of gaining broad public acceptance. The overlapping membership of several countries in both BRICS and Asian countries creates a natural institutional bridge. This unique position can serve as a basis for promoting collaborative projects in nuclear energy development. The BRICS nuclear platform has been established for developing and promoting nuclear technologies within BRICS and BRICS partner states. These objectives are highly relevant to ASEAN, where nuclear energy is being increasingly considered as a component of the clean energy mix. By combining nuclear with renewable energy, the region can ensure energy stability. All of us share today's global optimism for nuclear energy as an integral part of the just and sustainable energy transition. Today, together, through open communication, transparency, and cooperation, we can ensure that nuclear power fulfills its role in meeting energy needs, achieving net zero targets, and contributing to the prosperity of our societies. The topic of today's event perfectly echoes all that I've said above. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to insightful engagements further. I thank you.
Okay, thank you, Elsie, for your insight and how can BRICS lesson learned also can be adapted or the similarities with the South Asian country or ASEAN. So, Mr. Mohammed, are you online?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll go with you. So could you share your experience in Turkey? What are the biggest challenge in nuclear development in your country, and how your organizations or your government overcome the challenges, and as a lesson learned for ASEAN member states?
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and the greetings from Turkey. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for this invitation, and I'm honored to attend this meeting on behalf of our CEO and on behalf of my company. I am licensing and safety analysis department manager at Tunash, and I have been working at Tunash about 9 years. So I have had the opportunity to witness the different phases of the project. Therefore, I would like to share the lessons learned and our approach openly and candidly. So at Tunash, our approach is based on preparing for upcoming projects and overcoming potential problems in advance. Considering we were newcomers, many issues posed as unknown for us. However, during the preparation period, we strive to achieve smart customer characteristics by improving our systems. So we first develop our owner's requirements, which include all our expectations for the nuclear power plant, and also by establishing our integrated management system and project management system, we made our activities traceable and accessible. As you can imagine, the conformity assessment of power plant sites takes many years. Therefore, we obtained site approval, which is a crucial part of our licensing process. And this actually added certainty and time to our MPP project. Just, I would like to summarize our fundamental approach. But regarding the lessons learned and the biggest challenge we have faced, so I would like to emphasize the 3 key points. The first is ensuring political commitment, and considering the approximately 10 years preparation and construction period of nuclear power plant projects. So project survival is crucial and it's fundamental. In this regard, we see that project development through intergovernmental agreements in our country has enabled this. While years of tenders have failed in the past, and we started our journey, a nuclear journey as a country, started in around 1950s, but there were many tenders which failed. So the project approach strengthened by agreements between the countries is among our most important lessons learned, I can say. Second, I should emphasize our membership in international organizations like WANO and European Utility Requirements, which is part of our journey to becoming a smart customer. With WANO membership in particular, we have direct access to the experiences of power plant owners and operators. Furthermore, by participating in peer reviews of nuclear power plants, we witness firsthand the challenge facing us, which makes a significant contribution to our future vision. Similarly, with the EUR, European Utility Requirement membership, we maintain the highest standards for MPP designs and can also support technical studies. Therefore, memberships like WANO and EUR, which provide access to accumulated experience, and as a newcomer, we can establish at a very early stage, and we have benefited greatly, I can say. And finally, I would like to emphasize the nuclear safety culture. We have been working on this since 2020, and particularly as newcomers, with the belief that developing a nuclear safety cultures from tomorrow to today, this is impossible. So because of that, we invested our time and effort to develop our nuclear safety culture within our organization. We also monitor progress through periodic self-assessments, considering the characteristics of our country's culture and multinational nature of MPP projects. I strongly recommend investing in a nuclear safety culture from day one. I just tried to emphasize 3 key points. The first one was regarding the political, the other one regarding the competency development, and the last one is the culture. So this is how I can briefly summarize our fundamental approach and our biggest challenge or main challenge from my perspective. And thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohammed. So yeah, we can also hear and listen from, ASEAN Center, ASEAN countries can learn from Turkey on the national or political commitment, and also the the access to international access, and then also the lastly on the safety standards. So lastly, to our last panelist, Mr. Kingley, could you also share the outlook and also how ASEAN can collaborate with the WNA on nuclear preparations?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be back at the ASEAN Energy Business Forum to discuss about the role of nuclear energy to contribute to the ASEAN region climate change and sustainable development goals. I can provide a quick overview of some recent development around the world and how this could facilitate the ASEAN regions. Thank you. The World Nuclear Association is the international organization that represents the global nuclear industry. Our mission is to promote the wider understanding of nuclear energy. Oops. I want to go back. And our membership encompasses the full nuclear fuel cycle, covering uranium mining, nuclear fuel manufacturing, nuclear utilities operators, reactor vendors, nuclear power plant construction company, and waste management organization. Our membership is help new companies to enter the nuclear market. Countries are increasingly looking to nuclear energy to meet climate and energy security goals, to address both climate change and to looking for sustainable development. Recently, at COP28, we had 25 countries declaring tripling of global nuclear capacity to address climate change. These countries have expanded to 31 countries now, and additional countries are looking to join. Working and supporting the tripling member states, we, World Nuclear Association, are producing a new report, the World Nuclear Outlook. It provides an in-depth analysis and strategic insight into the global nuclear energy system. It provides comprehensive information on the global nuclear energy development, explore long-term nuclear trends, and detailed analysis of each country's announcement of nuclear energy, as well as nuclear development and its broader application. The report also analyzed ASEAN countries and the development in the Southeast Asia regions. We already heard from our esteemed colleagues development in Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. But furthermore, Vietnam aimed to develop 4 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by 2035, and Thailand in its draft power plant development plan with the Thai ministry proposed 300 megawatts of SMR to be constructed and operational by 2035. Singapore recently also indicated they are exploring nuclear energy. In our analysis, if all current power plants extend its operational life to 80 years, all current 400 gigawatts of nuclear power plant will still be operational by 2050. There are 70 nuclear power plants that are currently under construction, with a further 110 gigawatts currently being planned. Approximately 300 gigawatts are being proposed by various member states, and further around 400 gigawatts being within government targets. Therefore, if all these government targets and other categories were to be delivered, nuclear capacity would exceed global tripling target by 2050. So therefore, there's no shortage of ambition to deliver nuclear energy globally. This report will be published later this year. In addition to announcement by governments, we have seen significant recent change by energy users to invest in nuclear. So this includes hyperscalers such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta, all signed agreement in recent months, which will lead to them to utilizing nuclear technology to provide power for their data centers. In addition to tech giants, petrochemical companies are also exploring nuclear energy. So for example, Dow Chemical are working with X Energy, submitted a construction permit application to the US NRC for a proposed a nuclear power plant in Texas. Nucor, a US steelmaker, have established a multidisciplinary team to investigate nuclear energy. Also, we heard from our colleague from Rosatom that there is significant development in the marine application of nuclear energy. The academic Lomonov floating nuclear power plant have been operational since 2019 in the Arctic region, providing combined heat and power. Furthermore, South Korea, HE, Korean Shipbuilding and Offshore Engineering, has revealed a nuclear power container ship model utilizing SMR technology. These are just some recent global development. Also, this was also mentioned by our colleague from Rosatom. We need to highlight that nuclear power does not only provide clean and reliable energy. It can support economic development with projects providing high-skill spillover investment into local and regional economy. Nuclear provides long-term, high-skill, and well-paying job. So I just want to highlight one recent International Monetary Fund study that found nuclear energy investment spending have a large economic output multiplier effect, producing more growth than other energy investment. Therefore, there are significant interests by countries to maximize the localization of nuclear program to enhance the benefit of their economy. With this in mind, and the focus of nuclear energy to catalyze for economic development, so to support the ASEAN region in their nuclear exploration and nuclear development, we, Nuclear Association, will bring the World Nuclear Supply Chain Conference to the ASEAN region in 2026. The World Nuclear Supply Chain Conference will be held in 20th to 21st of May 2026 in Manila, Philippines. The World Nuclear Supply Chain Conference is a new international event organized by the association, bringing together the global developers to share their nuclear experience and procurement strategy to connect with local supply chain companies. Last year, we held our first event in Poland, which is supported by the Polish Ministry, with strong global participants, over 300 delegates from nearly 200 countries across 30 countries. This brings B2B engagement, facilitating industry collaboration and partnership. Therefore, I welcome for you to join us at this event, and please reach out to me to support and explore how we can help the ASEAN country in their nuclear development. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, King. I thank you all the panelists. I think due to the time limitations, I think it's very insightful discussions, and also we heard a lot of insight and valuable information. It's very informative and knowledgeable. So let's join us to give the applause for our panelists today.
Thank you very much to our moderator and all of our speakers today for such a dynamic conversation on the role of nuclear energy in ASEAN's energy transition. If I could invite the gentleman to the front of the stage for a group photo.